Here is the full English version of the modified long-form speech article. In the glow of the floodlights that lit up the California night, at the historic Rose Bowl Stadium where memories and legends have long danced on the grass, a story was written. Monterrey's Nelson Deossa, full of purpose and promise, surged forward with intensity in his eyes and rhythm in his stride. But just as he aimed to carve his name into the fabric of the match, he was brought down by River Plate's Maximiliano Meza. It was more than just a foul, it was a symbolic moment. A moment that echoed the truth every footballer knows: greatness always meets resistance. This was no ordinary game. This was the Club World Cup on American soil. It was more than football, it was identity. Monterrey, the beating heart of Mexican football. River Plate, a monument to Argentine pride. The clash wasn't just about tactics or talent, it was about culture, about belonging, about carrying the hopes of millions on your shoulders. Thousands of miles away, in the calm greens of Cromwell, Connecticut, another chapter of sporting excellence was unfolding. Denny McCarthy stood firm at the sixth hole of the Travelers' Championship. With calm precision, he struck the ball, not with force, but with faith. That swing wasn't just technical, it was spiritual. Golf, in its quietness, becomes a reflection of the soul. And McCarthy, with each measured shot, was writing his own quiet epic. Across the Atlantic, at Leeds' hallowed Headingley ground, a storm was brewing, not of clouds, but of cheers. Rishabh Pant, India's irrepressible batsman, raised his bat high after completing a century that defied logic, pressure, and pace. This was England's fortress, and he had just stormed it. It wasn't just 100 runs. It was a message: India does not flinch in the face of history. Pant didn't just play shots, he painted them. His bat was a brush, the pitch his canvas. In Seattle, scarves rose in the air like colored flames as Inter Milan and Urawa Red Diamonds faced off. The fans came not just to watch a game, they came to witness a meeting of worlds. European tradition met Asian tenacity. Each pass, each sprint, each roar from the crowd was a signal that football has no borders. It belongs to anyone who believes in miracles. On the grass courts of Queen's in London, the timeless ballet of tennis unfolded. McDonald squared off against Monfils, the ever-electric showman of the game. McDonald served with intent, Monfils returned with flair. It wasn't a match, it was a symphony of sweat and spirit. Each rally a line of poetry, each point a confession of desire. Then in Philadelphia, where the echoes of revolution still live in cobblestone and steel, Flamengo's Luis Arroyo stood by the corner flag. The ball curled through the air like a samba beat spun into motion. Chelsea's defenders rose in panic, but this was Flamengo's moment. Brazil's joy, its rhythm, its footballing faith, surged into the box with every set piece. It was not just a match, it was a declaration of style. Cincinnati witnessed something unexpected. Karim Onisiwo, quiet and determined, received the ball. With power and grace, he struck it past the keeper, scoring Red Bull Salzburg's second goal against Pachuca. The net rippled with more than a goal, it rippled with validation. In the world's biggest club tournament, a player from Austria had just made his name echo in hearts around the world. And what connected these stories? Not the scoreboard, not the medals, but the human soul behind each pass, each step, each breath. It was the hunger of Deossa in California, the serenity of McCarthy in Connecticut, the rebellion of Pant in Leeds, the unity of fans in Seattle, the artistry of Monfils and McDonald in London, the fire of Arroyo in Philadelphia, the statement of Onisiwo in Cincinnati. It was about more than sport. It was about life, about rising when the world doubts you, about creating when the odds press against you, about standing tall, whether on grass, wood, or clay. Nelson Deossa didn't just get fouled, he showed that ambition gets knocked down before it rises. Denny McCarthy didn't just swing a club, he carved silence into applause. Rishabh Pant didn't just score 100, he tore pages out of the old cricket textbook and wrote a new one. Fans in Seattle didn't just wave scarves, they waved their hearts. Luis Arroyo didn't just take a corner, he brought Brazil to America. Karim Onisiwo didn't just score, he showed that names don't need to be famous to be unforgettable. This wasn't a week in sport, it was a week of human stories told in stadiums. Each athlete a narrator, each ball a sentence, each match a chapter. So let the world remember. Sport is not just played. It is lived, it is breathed, it is felt. And for 1 week, from Pasadena to Cromwell, from Leeds to Seattle, from Philly to Cincinnati, it was not just a game. It was humanity on full display. And it was beautiful.